a British Dutch Canadian raised mostly in Canada, which I left behind in 2019 for nearly 2 years of full-time traveling through the South Pacific. In September 2020, I moved back to Europe, based first in Belgium and now in Austria. I've lived in 6 countries so far, and my lifelong goal is to visit every country in the world. In my last video, after 3 months of working remotely from Portugal, I returned to Austria, to a city blanketed in snow. I made the most of Salzburg's Christmas season with wintry hikes and wonderful Austrian Christmas markets.
Hi! As you can see by the title of this video, I am going home for Christmas. I'm so excited. I'm finally able to go and see my parents for Christmas. They live in the States, and the borders to the States have been shut for nearly 2 years. They closed in March 2020.
It's almost hard to believe, but border restrictions have been in place now for the past 19 months.
It really has been a long time, really hard on some families. Soon that is finally going to change, only for vaccinated people though.
The last time I was in California was Christmas 2019. And it was kind of a spontaneous trip actually. It was sort of like, oh, I guess I've been traveling for a year at this point and I haven't seen my parents, I should probably go home for Christmas. I was living in New Zealand at the time, so we flew to San Francisco from New Zealand. Thank God we made that trip because it ended up being the last time I saw them for 18 months. I did see my parents this summer. My mom came in July. She came to Belgium to visit me, and from there we went to Poland. And my dad came in September to help me move from Belgium to Austria. Of course, with all the restrictions and the rules and everything that's still going on with COVID out there, like, it's gonna be a pretty interesting journey, traveling from Salzburg, Austria to San Francisco, California. So today is Monday. I fly out on Wednesday, but there's a couple of things I have to do before I can fly. So first things first, I need to get my COVID booster shot. So we're gonna go do that. So the thing with this COVID vaccination booster thing actually is that I didn't get my first 2 shots in Austria. I got them in Belgium. That's where I was living at the time. So I'm not actually in the Austrian vaccination system, duh. But I got a letter last week that was like, oh, it's time to get vaccinated in Austria, because in Austria, they are the first country in Europe to have a COVID vaccine mandate, which means that as of, I think, February, everyone has to be vaccinated. So they're obviously like sending out all this stuff, and I'm like, but I am vaccinated, I promise. So I'm hoping, it's a walk-in booster clinic today, this afternoon. They run them every so often. So I'm hoping if I get my booster here, that then they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, we can put you in the system as having had your booster because you got your vaccine elsewhere. Fingers crossed that everything works out. Okay, let's go get a shot.
Just got my 3rd shot. That was very easy. And I'm registered in the system, so guess they won't send me letters anymore telling me that I need to get vaccinated.
So I'm not actually gonna bring that much stuff to the States. I took out 2 suitcases, but I'm pretty much only gonna pack a carry-on. I'm gonna put the carry-on inside the big one because part of the reason I'm really excited to go home, obviously aside from going home for the holidays, is that I'm actually really looking forward to seeing all my stuff again. Backtrack a little bit. 3 years ago, when I left Canada to go traveling to Australia, New Zealand, and wherever else I ended up, I put all my stuff into boxes. Like 98% of my stuff I packed up into a storage unit in Canada because I was only going to go traveling for a couple of months, and then I was going to come back and pick it all up, and yeah, that didn't happen. I haven't been to Canada since I left 3 years ago, so 8 months after I left, my parents flew up from California, picked up all my stuff in Vancouver, drove it all down to their house in California, and it's literally just been sitting in boxes for the last 3 years. Like, all my stuff. When I went traveling through the South Pacific, I had like a backpack worth of clothing for nearly 2 years of traveling. That's all I owned, was a backpack of stuff. So when we moved to Belgium, obviously I got some more stuff. I got a bed, I got furniture, I got stuff for my house, and I have more things, but those are all things I bought here in Europe. Everything I owned prior to that is in a box somewhere in California. So I'm actually gonna take empty suitcases back, or mostly empty suitcases, because I'm gonna spend this Christmas holidays going through those boxes that I haven't opened in 3 years, remembering what I own, probably donating most of it, and bringing back a suitcase worth of stuff that I want. Yeah, I don't even remember what I own, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm basically not gonna pack a lot, because the less I bring with me to the States, the more I can bring back. I have half of a carry-on worth of stuff that I'm bringing, so it's gonna be... I feel like I'm gonna take my suitcases through security. They're gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, your suitcases are literally empty. They're gonna be like, this is sketch. I feel like this is the least amount I've ever traveled with, and I'm literally flying around the other side of the world with half a carry-on worth of stuff. Okay.
Good morning, team. It's Wednesday, which means it's travel day. It's just about 7 in the morning, and I need to start my day with a COVID test. The rules in the States are right now that you need a COVID test no more than 1 day before your flight to the US. My flight to the US is actually tomorrow from Paris, so I have to have my COVID test today. Thankfully they accept the rapid tests because there's no way I'd get a PCR result in time. So I'm gonna get my rapid test this morning so that when I get on the plane in Salzburg this afternoon, I already have the results, so that by the time I get on the plane tomorrow, everything's gonna be fine. Love starting a morning with a little COVID test. That was my 6th COVID test and they never get any better. So I've just come home and I've just received a text message. I've sent myself the link to download my test results. I'm supposed to be leaving in an hour, so they better be negative. Okay, ready for the airport with my suitcase inside a suitcase. Let's go catch a bus. Flight number 2. Hour layover in Paris, and instead of just sitting in the airport for 10 hours, I thought, there's metros. I'm gonna go see the Eiffel Tower. Can you believe I'm in Paris right now? And that the Eiffel Tower is right there? Because I can't.
I was in Paris 4 years ago in 2017, and I've actually been to that exact spot, but I've never seen it at night. So I've never seen the Eiffel Tower sparkle, and that was like absolutely amazing. That was so good. Second problem is though that at 1 a.m. the metro shuts. So I don't know how to get back to the airport, and it's 1 in the morning and I'm lost in Paris. So lots of night buses run in Paris, so I've taken 2 night buses so far. I've got 1 more night bus to go. It will take 2 hours from where I was watching the Eiffel Tower to get to the airport because there's no metros, but it's okay. We'll get to the airport at 3:30 in the morning, we'll catch a couple hours of sleep, and then we'll fly to San Francisco. What a mess. It's completely empty. Not surprising given that it's 3 in the morning. Paris airport at 3:30 in the morning is a weird place to be, I gotta say. And I forgot to eat today. Like I felt kind of sick last night, nauseous because of my vaccine. So when I woke up I wasn't hungry and I literally just didn't eat today. Ten out of 10 dinner. Midnight snack. Breakfast. Food. There's a person in the entire gate. There's no one else here. Weird. You know when you're like the only person somewhere and you feel like you've done something wrong? There's no one. Leaving Europe for the first time in over a year. About to go see my parents.